Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the TC Plus show. We're ready for our 15th episode. We've got a lovely guest on for you today. Goes by the name of?
I'm Calvin.
You're Calvin. So, way I know Calvin a little bit, he taught me in school for many, many moons. Corey, how do you know Calvin? Because I know he gets around, you know. But
how do I know
you've
Calvin?
got some sort of relation to him, I'd imagine. No?
I don't know. Just like he's the guy that we talk to whenever I see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that
Talkative
fits him
guy.
perfectly. Yeah, you are. Just a little bit.
I honestly don't remember the first time I ran into you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't either, but you connected with my kids.
Yes.
And then after that, we connected more, I think.
Yeah.
And it's been a pleasure.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. All right, so we're going to start off with 3 quick questions for you here.
Okay.
You don't need to give long answers on the... I mean, you can. People have before.
I don't
but you
give
don't
short
need to.
answers, so...
Yeah, okay. This is perfect. This is perfect. So, first thing I have is a little question that, you know, now that I'm out of school, I can ask it. And that is, did you ever have favorites when you taught? Or do you ever have favorites? Because that's always a big discussion.
You put him on the seat.
Yeah, you got to start it off.
I've never had a favorite.
No? That's good.
Ever.
That's good. I needed to ask it. It's been on my mind, you know.
From your experience of being with people, are some people easier to appreciate than others?
Oh, for sure. No doubt about it.
Classroom's probably not much different.
Yeah. That's a good answer. I'll take that.
Turn that down.
His phone is chiming. That's all right. Corey, you got one for him then?
Quick question.
Yeah.
So, I had a kind of a funny one.
Yeah.
But then I had just like a easy one. And I'm not sure you can explain the first one. So I think I'm going with the easy one.
Okay.
What's your favorite candy?
Yeah, exactly right.
What's your favorite candy?
Favorite candy?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Peanut M&Ms.
Interesting.
Very snackable.
I just had
snack.
a talk to someone about this recently. And on everyone in the room, that was like the type of chocolate covered thing that was the lowest.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man.
So we were like raisin covered, chocolate covered raisins, and like peanut butter, and all those different ones were up a little higher, and then the peanut was just like,
You get the salty and the sweet, and it's just on point. That's where it's at.
all right,
Corey, don't you like your salty and sweet things though? We talked about taste buds before.
crunchy.
Or crunchy?
Yeah, I like crunchy things.
Yeah.
But
I thought you
salty
also
and
liked
sweet?
and salty. No.
Either sweet or salty, a little more.
Okay. All
Like,
right.
you know when they have that popcorn with the cheese and the caramel corn all mixed together? I separate them and enjoy them separately.
Yeah, actually, I understand that. Okay. I do. Although normally,
That's awesome.
normally I
great.
just eat the cheese. Actually, I leave the caramel corn. Believe it or
Okay.
not. So, all right, my last.
Do you want me to tell you what my
yeah,
last
yeah,
question was?
yeah.
We need to
Okay.
know. We need to know.
The people need
I
to
may
know.
not answer it.
Yeah.
What's your go-to dance move?
I am now in my middle age.
Yeah.
The grocery cart.
Okay. All right. I was afraid you wouldn't. I was afraid you'd have to stand up to show it, but hey, that'll
Oh,
work.
no.
Yeah.
When you reach a certain point, you know, you can do that.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a great question. All right.
Oh, that's funny.
What does your ideal vacation look like?
Woo. Ideal vacation. This is one of my regrets in life. We haven't vacationed much.
Right.
I have not been gone to many places. I think seeing the mountains.
Yep.
So the first thing that came to mind was, cottage by a lake. But nope, I'd like to go to Switzerland, but I also have not seen the Rockies.
Yeah.
And so maybe a cabin and a lake and mountains.
Yeah. You can hit all 3 at once, I'd imagine.
I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. Bring the family along? Or just you and the wife?
No, I'd be with family.
And the whole family?
Yeah.
All right. Yep, that's good. Fantastic. All right, we're going to go to 3,000. I always mess up. 3,000 questions about the book. All right. Okay. All right.
About
Tell me when to-
Calvin.
yeah,
Nice.
about Calvin.
Nice.
That was flawless. All right. Tell me when to stop.
Now, left.
Left. Perfect. Have you ever met anyone infamous?
Ooh.
If so, who? And once again, you can skip if you want, but you can also just answer that. I feel like you've been around the block a few times,
Yep,
but
I'm sure I have, but
Yeah.
it's not coming to me. Skip.
that doesn't mean much to you.
No.
You know, you don't care about the fame.
Well, it's true.
Yeah. All right.
Stop.
Right there.
Right.
Yep, perfect. I already chose right for you. So, do you wear sunglasses indoors to look cool or stylish?
That's funny. No. I
no, you don't. Okay.
Looking cool is. I don't think I focus on that too much. But sunglasses in general, I just don't get.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I want to add on that a wee bit. I see you've got glasses as well. Do you have prescription sunglasses?
I don't.
Okay.
Nope.
Because I get caught then in my prescription sunglasses and suddenly I'm going in the store and it's like, do I look, look like I'm trying to be someone or whatever, or do I see, what's on the board? Like, I can navigate no problem. I don't have a strong prescription, but it's like, if I want to see, like, I'm trying to order at McDonald's or something, it's a bit of a squint to see what's going on. But if I can, so sometimes I'll just do the switch in between. But
I think I'd like prescription sunglasses, but hasn't happened yet. Yep.
All right. Calvin, it's time to roll.
Okay.
What are you bringing to the table for us here today? What's the topic of choice?
Well, are you guys germaphobes? Either of you? Would you describe yourselves that way?
My parents definitely as a kid would have described me that way.
Really?
And probably I edge toward the germaphobe side sometimes, but not horrifically.
So when do you deal with it?
I hate sharing like cups with people or stuff like that. Like if someone has drank out of like, let's say, a bottle of Coke or something like that, and they're like, "Here, man, you want some?" I'm just like, get scared. I've started to just be like, if I know they're gonna look down on me for not doing it, then I'll just do it. But I might even sneakily just not touch my mouth, like the lip or whatever, if they're not like watching that closely. But that's generally the biggest place I find a use for it, or just like when eating or drinking the same sort of stuff. Try to avoid that. But how about you, Corey?
so I don't know. I don't know how to answer your question. I don't think I am, but like, I think like being a germaphobe and maybe not drinking out of someone's pop are two different
Maybe it's
things,
two different
though,
things.
too.
I don't know. It just kind of, yeah.
So a couple things that when I first saw that, I was thinking like, I've kind of got a few like weird hard lines. Like this is where we go from.
Yes.
So like, also like how much do you trust a person is like also on my like
That's
list
true.
of like
That's true.
how afraid I am of their germs. Like the more I trust the person, I don't know, for some reason the less I am worried about their germs.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand why. Can you explain that to me?
I feel that. It is something that I have, when I think of fears, and maybe we'll talk about other fears as well, but when I think of the most paralyzing fears that I have had, that's probably one of them. And it is, I agree with you, it's so situational. But as a school teacher, oh man. And COVID did not help me get over it. Like it became an extremely, I needed to become very intentional about choosing not to wash my hands, choosing to perhaps, it's just, that's probably the biggest one, to not continually wash my hands. I found myself just without thinking doing things out of this fear of germs. And it was there before COVID, of course, and probably I had some compulsions that I have fought against for many years already. Organization and keeping things clean, it all sort of goes together. That things just need to be clean, and I find myself sometimes cleaning things that are already clean. And I remember it was actually when one of my kids was small that I saw this trait in them we were having burgers, and I splattered some relish across the floor because they weren't able to eat because there were crumbs. And I was just saying, you got to get past that.
Yeah.
And I splattered this relish across the floor, and it revealed to me, it bugged me so much that it was there. I could barely finish eating. That's when I went, I think I have something at least I need to be aware of.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
That's good. So you go ahead, Corey. Why not?
COVID also made me worse, and I wouldn't say it's something I deal with normally.
Okay.
But like I would say there is some things that I'm very aware of ever since COVID, and I have not really put those things behind me. One example is like before, like you just get together with sick people and carry on with life. That's like that's how I did it. But like, man, you became so aware of how like who you get sick from. And so like just last week, Tyler was like, I'm feeling sick. I'm like, we're not recording the podcast. I've got a wedding to go to this, like a family wedding this weekend. And I'm like, me nor my wife are getting sick for this.
To be fair, also, we couldn't have recorded that podcast then because I took a nap. I thought I'd feel better after the nap. Be like, all right, I can manage this. I felt like crap, just the worst. Like it wouldn't have worked. But yeah, I understand where you're coming from.
And it's just like I wouldn't have thought like that, I don't think, before COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, somehow you just seem to be like way better at tracking where you got your sickness from now than I was before.
It's an awareness thing, that for sure. It's been so heightened, and any of us who had this awareness a little bit before, it's become heightened.
So something I thought of that goes against me caring about germs as if I just don't care at all is the other week I went to the little gas station, got some gas, and then went inside, and I was thirsty and got a drink. I don't remember, doesn't matter. And then anyways, then they had a little cookie display, like fresh baked cookie things. I was like, oh, 2 for $2, why not? So I get in there, and they have little tongs there, so I reach in with the tongs, grab both cookies with one tong, and I'm like trying to shuffle it in a little bag there, and I was like thinking one of these could drop on the floor. And just keep going, and then they both dropped on the floor. So anyways, the guy was very nice, and he said I could get both of them replaced. But I just quickly grabbed the one that was on the carpeted floor and just stuffed it back. I was like, nah, I'll take this one. The other one rolled underneath the display.
No!
So I wasn't taking that one. I wasn't taking that one. I wasn't taking that one. I wasn't going there. But
I thought you were for a second.
I thought about it heavily. I was like... Yeah, it was like, I looked underneath, I was like, no, not quite doing that. But, there was some nice kind of messy carpet, and I ate that cookie, and it was fairly good.
You're still here? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm still here. It's just helping my immune system is what I say.
I feel like dropping food is like very situational as well. And like gas station, that's a bit of a line you cross.
I know. I know. I'm not proud of it. Looking back, I'm not proud of it. He did say I could just have more like 2 new cookies, but I felt bad because it was my fault for dropping.
Yeah, I
hear you. I'm impressed that you're getting fresh baked gas bar cookies.
Yeah, I know.
Like that alone is.
It's fascinating. It's go to the little town of St. Jacobs, man. They have just about anything there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's funny, though, that you did have a line then.
Yeah, I did. There was a line. It's just the line was maybe further than it should have been. But that's okay.
It all depends on the person.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah.
So one of the hard lines I was thinking about is like an ice cream cone. Like that one, I might share a lick with my wife, but like that's it. Like
I've never considered sharing an ice cream cone.
That's
I know some people let their dogs have a lick, and then they go back to licking themselves. I'm like, I know dogs' tongues are supposed to be super clean, but
I've seen terrifying. I've seen dogs do things too that just
no, exactly.
No, there's a line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Even your toddler, your kid. I mean,
doesn't sit the right way.
No, but then for the guy who also needs it clean and it's dripping down, like, I mean, obviously they're driving home in the nude.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where it's at.
So, is there any things in your daily life that are like the most disgusting to you that like keep popping up over and over?
Oh boy, and this is that's a good question. I don't think so. I find when people touch me, I want to go wash.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
and again, it's the weird thing is it's situational. But if there are any students tuning in, it's not you.
It's not you, it's me.
Well said. But at school, I just constantly deal with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where you see these middle school dirty hands and we're having a party and there's a bag of chips or whatever. And
it's like, hey, can I have my own little separate bag over here?
I might have a few at the beginning, and no, I just have to fight through it.
Yeah,
because I do. I mean, look at this guy; he likes chips.
Yeah, exactly. I'm starting to think
chips are disease, right? Like, what do we take here?
It's pretty even trade, high risk, high reward.
And I would say, I'm just so apt to offend people, but homemade foods that are gifted, like potlucks or just.
So do you have reunions at all? Like, is that just a fight through it every time or what?
Yeah. Just every dish you just have to do this processing.
Yeah,
it's a weird thing, and now I don't like it.
Yeah,
but yep, that is one of the my fears.
What's funny is when my brother taught school, I was convinced I got more sick more often than when he like moved out and went on his merry way. It's just funny that you bring up the school thing because it's like I was also very sure like it's just I don't know, breeding ground for germs.
It's gotta be.
And it is. It's infested, the place. Yeah. I mean, and I just, I see this, a 13-year-old kid just barking a cough out there, and I'm like, at that age, I do take the liberties to say, hey, buddy, into your elbow, like, come on, do your part.
Yeah.
Or, picking their nose and ears and whatever else.
All that stuff happens.
Oh, it's just the reality, and then so I see this kid maybe picking their nose, and then they bring in a cupcake at recess that they baked themselves, and I'm just like,
I sure hope they washed in between.
Tough to separate.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And then you're like, hey, thanks, man. Take it home to your wife.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate the gifts and the gestures and the cupcakes.
Yeah. So one of the things for me that I daily try to avert is bathroom door handles.
Oh, buddy. Oh, dude. If I'm in an establishment and they don't, I use paper towel.
Yeah.
If there is not a basket close to the door, I will try to land it, or it just gets dropped in the corner.
100%.
That is just a reality.
I agree.
And if there's only a blow dryer, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm with you, man. And I talked with my brother-in-law. Mentioned this came up, and he said that has never crossed his mind.
It was COVID that ruined me on the door handles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then you start thinking about the washroom door handles. You're like, oh no,
oh shoot,
oh no,
no. So, along with that, also little lever things for the for the paper towel. And it's just that's one that always gets me.
So I'm a forearm. I'll run my forearm on it before I do my hand.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Or like an elbow or something. And you get the first one, and then you can use it.
Yeah.
The paper from there or whatever.
Yeah. It's because it's become a process.
Yeah.
So that's why I really love those self-dispense ones. Self-dispense ones. Wave your hand. Yeah. No touch, and then you get
handicap doors on the washrooms. You can hit it with your foot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's true. It's true.
Or your knee.
Is that what you're doing?
If I feel like it, yeah. Because what do you? Me as well.
I mean, the handicapped person can't hit it with their leg or knee. I'm sorry. That's a bad joke. That's not it. Might cut that out. Not sure yet.
Oh, Tyler. Oh, buddy. Well, if I was watching this podcast on my couch at home, that's probably one of those areas where I'd be laughing and muffling and shaking my head.
Yeah, and a little bit disappointed too, Yeah.
Well, yeah. So how old are you? So I've been disappointed in you for a lot of years already.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I'd imagine so. Many moons. It's been
I'm kidding.
At least 10 years. Yeah,
that's become my slogan at school: crushing dreams for 20 years.
Has it been 20 years? Been teaching for
27.
27.
Yeah,
okay.
25 at Countryside.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Good stuff.
It's been good.
Mm-hmm.
So back to the handicap door handle thingy. I think I've figured out where I use them and where I don't. So if I'm going in, I'm very much a push the door with my foot or knee or whatever.
Yep.
And then if I'm in there and I got the paper towels, I'll run the door with my hand and the paper towel, like Calvin was saying. But if I can't get out and there's a handicap thing, or a blow dryer, there's no paper towel and there's a handicap button, then I'll hit that and then I'll get it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Doors on malls, those are the other freaky places.
This is interesting. Here, I'm really glad
Corey's a lot more
to be
conscious.
to be on this
It's just the
show
doors,
right now because I'm not alone.
Yeah, you're not.
I'm not.
You're not. Corey's right there with you.
Not quite.
Well, pretty much.
Like potlucks, man.
Yeah.
That aroma, I have zero awareness of germs at that point.
Yeah.
Zero.
So you're not
The awareness goes out the window.
Okay, so picking up the utensil that everyone else has used, not a problem.
Doesn't matter,
He's going to start
no.
to scare him. No.
Yeah, see?
He's going to turn him around.
But I think it's because the potluck, it's a couple of those places you trust a little more. Like it's either your church family or it's your close family, and see, it's a little more. But where it's like you go to the mall and it feels like you could pick up something that is not running around in your friends groups or this or that. I don't know.
All right, so we're in the mall, okay? All right. And you've obviously been in the bathroom. You mentioned that a few times.
Yep.
Just sit down.
Yeah. Occasionally. Yeah. Are you one of those guys that has to go home?
Oh no!
Okay.
No! Like no.
All right.
Man's got to do what he's got to do, but sometimes you got to hover.
Okay.
My small bowel and I have gotten quite accustomed to pretty much any setting. The only way it has to be really stinking bad for me not to work something out. If you got to do toilet paper all over the seat, then I understand.
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
100%. That's just routine.
That's almost standard. It's normally standard, but
what takes you from toilet paper on the seat to hover? Maybe I shouldn't ask that, but I'm just really curious.
This is a good podcast. This is a good podcast.
This is the worst one ever. I have watched all the good ones. Yeah. This one is this is terrible.
You brought it up.
Yeah. Oh, buddy. Well,
if the toilet's still full and it's clogged, but it's the only one, what are you doing?
No.
Okay.
Just hard no. I think I don't know. It's just a hard no.
Fair enough.
Some things just aren't to be touched.
Yeah.
I mean, you get in there and you realize, okay, this is where it's at.
But you're
campground, whatever, and you go,
you can't find something else, eh?
This is it. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I'm okay with moving on.
Yeah, no, I'm good at that.
I've got a bit more on that. So at that point, I would get a big wad, and or I'm assuming you're talking about something residual on the toilet seat.
Yeah.
And then scrub it a wee bit, but I've got a big wad, okay? So I'm making sure nothing's getting through. No contact. And then there you can still put it down and have a sit.
I agree with that.
I'm just not a hover guy.
I will. Yeah. Well, no, I'm obviously not either. But no. I admit, when I was thinking about germs, that isn't exactly where I expected this
Okay.
conversation to be.
Right,
You know,
We can move on from it too.
but
I think it was a necessary point to bring up, you know?
Yes.
But anyways,
buddy.
yeah, I'm good to move on now. Oh, wait, Corey, you got
Yeah,
something?
one other one for you. I got to address the problems you guys are bringing up.
Yeah.
So, when you say like you've only got one and it's not flushing,
Yeah. Yeah.
if it's like a single person only, like where you lock the door and it's for you and you only,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the women's on that one.
Right.
I
No,
will
you
do
can
that.
slide over in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if it's a very individual one, I'll try
Mm-hmm.
to do a quick little sneak in there.
Yeah. How do you feel about the morals of that, Calvin?
Oh, hands down. That's just a
That's
good
just
thing
common
to
sense,
do.
yeah.
100%. You know, but what goes with, you know, the germaphobe connected to that is cleaning things.
Yeah.
Constantly cleaning. And so since COVID, and this has become a thing for me is, I mean, our school ended up with all these spritz bottles that you can wipe things down. Well, that one just never left my classroom. It is amazing.
It's just there.
You know, and so cleaning, yeah, every day. My desk would get cleaned at the end of the day now, like, and my chair arms and everything. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing. And I'll bet you that, you know, we talk of washroom etiquette. Those who are germaphobes probably, at least, I would say always leave it cleaner than what it was. I mean, I just clean things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I feel like, well, you're definitely more extreme than I am on this, but like, I think if I lived or worked in the same environment as you do, I think I would go a little more extreme too. But I don't know if
it has evolved.
I don't know if
true.
I'd get to your point, but definitely
Do
more,
I need
I
help?
think. No, I think you still, like, as long as it's not hindering your daily life, I think
Yeah.
it's fine.
And you know, at church, like, you shake hands with everyone, you give hugs, and at least since COVID, there's like a hand sanitizer. Oh, you know, you can soon start.
Slather in. Next thing you know, he's taking a little shower out there in the church lobby. Yeah, that's good.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
But for sure, it is just something that I have needed to be aware about.
Interesting.
I don't. It's like I told someone, I think I'm healthy because I admit the issue, and I'm more than coping. I am just
You're eating that cupcake?
it gets
Sometimes,
eaten.
yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
That's great. You guys got anything more to say on that there?
No, that's
alright.
you
Feeling
know,
good?
that's sort of my secret life is
Hey, secret's out now.
needing to clean things, and that might not have been a secret, but
It was a secret to me, yeah.
the germaphobe.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely needing to clean things.
It gave me a little look more in
kinda
behind the
therapy.
scenes of the
It's-
mental of it all, so that's good.
Oh,
it's-
it.
Remember, germaphobes are people too. Yeah, let's keep going. With what
Yeah,
saying.
you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. No, but it has helped me maybe understand some people that have other obsessive compulsive things,
Right.
because I think this one's pretty minor for me, but I have the tendency, and I'm on the spectrum.
But like it's weird because you can convince yourself that this, like, it's actually very much necessary.
Oh,
Right?
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And routine. So along with all of that is routine. So hands down, I do better, both mentally, emotionally, psychologically, during the school year. Because connected with all of that is routine. And at the end of a school day, my desk is cleaned off entirely. If there's a paper on it, I just twitch a little more at night. And the scissors is exactly where it belongs. And
Everything's all good for the next day.
yep.
It's good. I wish I could be that clean. You know, I wish, but
Oh,
It doesn't quite go.
It's it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to move on here to our next little thing, and that is food for thought. What is the most exotic food you've ever eaten, and was it tasteful? Corey, you want to start?
All right. A couple things popped into my head. Grade, I don't know, I'm going to say 9 or 10, math class. Had a guy bring in some seaweed covered pretzels. That was pretty funky for me at that
Seaweed covered,
point.
eh?
Yeah, they're just like wrapped. And then guess what it tasted like?
Seaweed covered pretzels?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes, seaweed.
So not black licorice.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Does that add, like, does someone think that seaweed's going to add to the flavor of a pretzel or something
It
like
was
that?
like
What's going on there?
it was like a thing he really enjoyed, and then we were just like, "Hey, can we have some or something?" I don't remember how it all went, but does that sound right?
Yeah, it does for students.
Yeah,
But no, it's not something that I would find myself saying.
yeah. And then so that was kind of the one thing I thought of. The other thing is I think it was me and Danielle's first date. I was feeling really adventurous because it was a first date.
First
That's
date.
even
Impressed.
adventurous.
Gotta lock
I'm an
in.
adventurous guy.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
and I want to see how adventurous she is too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we ordered like octopus or something to that extent. That was pretty funky. Like you could feel the nibs from the
Yeah.
suction cups in your
yeah.
mouth.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you enjoy it? Is it good?
Yes, but like man, you have to play some mental games.
Yeah. Mental battles, for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah, I've had that too, and that had crossed my mind with. In fact, so again, we're on the same page here a little bit, because seaweed was one of the things that came to someone brought it to school for a project at one point, and and I'm at the front of the class. Everybody's got to try it, and I'm going, oh.
Well, how about no?
I have mellowed a lot in demanding. Yeah, people don't have to participate. I think in my old age, in some ways I hold the line, in other ways I've mellowed. But my recollection, it was this flat, long, black, spaghetti-like sort of a flat lasagna, maybe more, but not that wide. And you sort of broke it off, and it became somewhat chewy and had this very salty, dark licorice sort of flavor. Can't say that I enjoyed it.
Yeah. See, mine was green.
Okay.
So
Well, maybe
probably
this
a
was too
different
at one
Different
point.
types.
yeah,
Different types of seaweed.
potentially.
Yeah.
I had crocodile or alligator
Oh, really?
one time. And, they say everything tastes like chicken. Well, it did.
Okay.
Yeah, actually,
It
just
was
chicken.
sort of like these little chicken. It looked like chicken nuggets, and they had a bit of breading on them, and it was white meat. It was tasty.
Did it like string when you pull it apart, or not really?
I don't recall it being like that, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
That's been a long time
Yeah.
ago.
Interesting.
Fascinating.
But there's all the cultural foods that Laura enjoys more, a greater variety of cultural foods than I do. But I don't know if you call that exotic.
Yeah.
So
I would
Yeah.
call the alligator exotic for sure.
Yeah, I think
that's no doubt. Yeah.
Can I tell you about a cultural food that I have? But
Sure,
I didn't think
sure.
it quite fit exotic.
Go
It
on.
was just it was strange to me. It was in Grenada. I don't remember what it was called, but it was kind of like a tortilla, and then they had chicken in it. But the chicken you put in it is like it could be drumsticks, wings, all that stuff, but the bone is still in it. And then you have like a bunch of other good stuff and a really green sauce that would stain anything green. That's how green it was. But it was just weird.
Why are the
Or
bones
I think it was
in there?
green. Maybe it was orange. I don't know. Either.
Why
it
are
was
the
pretty
bones in
colorful.
there, Corey?
That's the strange part. I don't know, but that's how
whack.
that's how it was for it to be authentic.
Yeah.
Is like you get that, so you kind of bite into it, hit a bone, and
Not a fan.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that. Yeah, that's weird. For me, the most exotic food that isn't exotic, really, that I enjoy, that I love on the regular is crab. You know, crab's just tasty. It's not real exotic.
Yeah.
But then, as far as what I've gone to, is much like Corey. I've had squid, nice and chewy and
Like the rings that are kind of sliced, or how would it look?
there
Like
are
some of
squid
it has-
chunks.
Okay.
Kind of with a potato-ish type thing, but it's not a potato, I think, was also in the dish. And a sauce.
Like were there also tentacles? Like you could see.
Not real tentacle-ish,
No?
no. It's
Okay.
more just like piece, like take the big blubber thing, let's just jab in there and take out a square is kind of how I see it.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was tasted like, yeah, mainly the sauce that was with it, but you know,
Yeah.
the texture's not great. So yeah, that's pretty
Cool.
much my experience.
Nice.
Thanks for sharing yours. And we're gonna get into like the last little thing here, which it is a quiz and with trivia, and I found out that you guys hate trivia.
Hey.
Can you explain that a little bit? Like, why do you hate trivia?
Well, for me, it's pretty simple. Because I teach,
Yep.
people expect me to know things,
Oof. Yeah.
and then I
am-
start talking, and they just go, "Yeah,
Well, the funny thing is, I did a little bit of history here because you do history at school, so I was like, Canadian history.
yeah.
This is great.
Well,
But maybe he just won't. Yeah. All right, Corey.
do you want to know why I don't like history?
Yep, go
Or,
on.
sorry, trivia.
Yep.
Yeah, it's because I don't know. I just don't like not knowing things. And it's just very much tells you what you don't know.
But I see you as a guy that, because you like to know things, you research, don't you?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So then you must be the trivia expert.
No.
Okay.
No, because they seem to I know very specific things about specific things. But like general things like history or like a date or this and that, the people's names who did things probably not. But like the intricacies of like an engine, I could probably tell you a lot about.
Yeah.
And those things
I
don't
know
show
where
up
the
on a
engine
quiz.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those things don't show up on trivia, generally.
There will not be
Yeah.
any engine-related questions
Yeah.
in this 11-question back and forth here. So basically, the rules are you can't answer until I'm done reading the question.
Okay.
First one to answer, well, you may, but you only get one guess.
Okay.
If you don't get it, we'll just move on. I'll tell you the answer. But
We only get
Yeah.
one shot.
all right.
right.
All right, let's lock in here, boys. The first question is, which city hosted the Winter Olympics in 1988?
Calgary.
Bang on. Do you remember that from your childhood or what?
No.
I was going
I
to
think
guess
they
that.
built
Were you?
the
But I didn't know.
Yeah.
Dome, I think.
Okay.
Interesting.
Kind of for that.
I kind of think so.
If you're leaving Calgary, you will see the ski jumps on the left-hand side.
Nice.
If you're like heading into the Rockies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. Interesting.
There you go.
All
I
right.
haven't been there yet.
One for Calvin. Which Canadian territory was created in 1999?
None of it.
Bang on.
Boom.
He's quick with these, man. He's
yeah.
quick.
Well, 99.
I know,
You would have
I know.
named any of the
Okay,
others.
okay,
I would have
okay.
gone.
Yeah, you know, these aren't difficult per se. Well, we'll
No.
get-
No.
some of them might be
No.
eventually. Okay, which Canadian broke the 100-meter record in 1997? Do you know any Canadian runners, Corey?
No.
No.
Donovan Bailey.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
Good
3
job.
for 3.
Good job.
All right, so now this is where we get to the weird questions, I guess. Hoodies are called what in Saskatchewan? You've got 3 answers here. Bunny hugs, cuddle bears, or snuggy buggies. This is like their slang term, apparently.
I'm going Snuggy Buggy.
What's your answer? It's not that, I'm sorry.
That's what I was going to say.
You're both going to say that? Well,
Okay,
Yeah,
I
that's what I was
guess-
going to say.
Okay, fair enough. You know, he's being honest.
Yep.
They're called bunny hugs.
Bunny
in
hugs.
Saskatchewan. I don't know
Honestly, I was going to go with the next other one first.
why.
or like
Cuddle
second.
bears.
Yeah.
Those are the two I came up with, you know?
What was the...
Good job.
Nice, nice. What did they actually call them?
They're calling bunny hugs,
Bunny hugs.
apparently.
Man.
According to one
See-
random website.
See, oh man, yeah.
Might not be good research,
No
you know?
offense to an
Yeah.
8th grade student, but you do
Yeah.
sound like an 8th grader doing research.
Yeah, exactly. It's true. It's true.
Oh, that's funny.
All
get-
right.
No, that
I,
was,
I
that was
probably
a
wouldn't
side
wear a
track.
hoodie if
Yeah.
it was called a bunny hug.
No, that's fair. If people like say, "Hey, nice bunny hug, man. Looks tight." Anyway, what kind of pizza was invented in Canada?
Hawaiian.
Bang on. There you go.
Boom!
Nice.
3-1.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
You.
I don't know why I just had this feeling.
Yeah, it is.
Good for
It was
you. I would have
invented-
called it the Canadian problem.
I forget where. You would think so. I mean, maybe you could, if you would have answered that, I probably would have had to let that go. But I didn't think of that. What is the second biggest airline in Canada?
WestJet.
Boom!
Nice.
Boy, that's
Locking it
good.
in.
That's good.
All right. What pasta does Canada consume more of than any other country of the world per capita?
What?
What
sorry?
pasta? It's a pasta dish, I guess.
Lasagna.
No,
Ah.
unfortunate. Good guess though.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Nice.
Yes.
He's rocking the
3-3.
food
All right.
questions.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What percentage of the world's maple syrup does Quebec supply? This is according to Reddit, so keep that in mind.
Oh.
I'm looking for this number though.
Surely you could have
60%.
Okay, whoever's closer, I'll give it to.
30.
Calvin is closer. It's 70%.
Wow.
Apparently, that's what
Okay.
they say. That seems like a lot, but
Like you couldn't
then
even go to
again-
Wikipedia.
Well, I didn't. I was in a rush. All right.
So I do know that Quebec does produce the majority. And I also think their maple syrup guidelines are less stringent than Ontario's. So they have a broader, more gets passed.
All right.
Yep.
So that counts for you there. So 4-3
Very
now.
good.
In what province is it legal to have a kangaroo as a pet?
Newfoundland.
Good guess, but no, unfortunately not.
Oh boy.
I don't expect either of you to get this one, but it could be a lucky guess. You never
Hey,
know.
well, you have 1
Yeah.
out of 9 now.
Yeah, it's one of the
No.
Vancouver?
I'm just thinking the people there might have
Nice.
it.
Yeah,
but
you're probably right.
But yeah, let's go with BC.
It's Alberta. Is
Ooh,
what it is.
close.
Apparently
Close.
out there with the oils, you know,
Yeah.
kangaroo and oil go well together. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah. Okay. This is a weird question. What is the bear to human ratio in Yukon?
I guess like a 1-to-1.
So how many bears to humans are there?
1-to-1.
1-to-1? Closer person gets it here.
Well, 2-to-1.
So 2 for what?
2 bears for every human.
Yeah, I feel like he's right or close. to
Calvin's or sorry, you have the right ratio. You just got to flip it. So doesn't that mean Corey's technically closer?
Yeah, he's closer.
So it's half a
Alright.
bear per person.
I honestly
Alright.
was afraid that I
Alright.
didn't.
Yeah,
I was afraid that it didn't go the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 4-4, correct?
I think so.
I think so. We're coming down to the last question here. Woo! This is gonna. Both of you should be able to answer this one. There are many answers for this question, so it's the first one to name something correct.
All right.
I won't know every correct answer for this one, but name something Canadians have invented.
Zipper.
Interesting.
I think so. I think you know that for a fact.
Nope.
Did Canadians invent the? Oh, that's not how you type the.
Should have
Zipper.
said basketball.
Really?
Yep,
Yeah.
basketball.
Interesting.
Yes, they did. Woo! Calvin wins.
Do you want to hear mine?
Yep, go ahead.
I don't know, but I think the telephone.
Absolutely. Alexander Graham Bell
Yeah.
invented the telephone.
You're right.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Okay. Another one of those.
No,
for us,
you
eh?
know, it's
What's the technicality you're thinking of there?
well, he was born in Scotland, I think.
Oh, I see.
But he invented it in Canada. I see.
So Canadians kind of are like, that's ours. That's ours. Yep, that's ours.
Here's a
I see how it
funny.
is.
Do you want a little
Absolutely, go ahead.
tidbit of history?
Yep. History.
So I don't remember all of it, but I took an elective about the history of Canadian airplanes or flying or whatever. Graham Bell's wife was very heavily invested in like the first airplanes in Canada.
Really?
And like I forget how much money she put towards like the first like flying club kind of where these people that were just barely hopping off the ground. But it was substantial amount of money she like
Interesting.
kind of chucked at that.
So you think
So
the
it's kinda
Graham Bells were pretty rich people or what?
Yeah, they did okay. I
Yeah, they
think.
did it
The
all right.
telephone is definitely just one of many things they dabbled in. Is that not right?
Well, it sounds like she was dabbling
Yeah,
in
she
the
was
airplane.
Dabbling in
world.
all sorts of things. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah. Anyways, that's about
There you
it.
go.
Good tidbit.
All right. Thank you guys for playing my quiz. I think we're about ready to wrap it up here. Calvin, you got a quote for us?
A quote. Yeah, I had two because I thought, my students would be disappointed if I didn't just say what I say daily, and that is don't sweat the small stuff.
That's a good old Calvin.
But here,
Calvin certified.
That
right
is
there.
definitely something that I rattle off frequently.
Has anyone come to school with a shirt that says "Don't sweat the small stuff"?
I am disappointed to say no.
Oh my goodness, Tyler!
We're gonna.
How have you let him down?
Well, as a kid, I wouldn't have any money. All right.
Fair enough.
I was sitting there poor as a rock, and I'm just,
Gotta get out there and
I could've
deliver
asked my
some
parents, I
newspaper and scrounge up.
Yeah.
How much that shirt cost you?
too much.
Now, oh man, I think it Tyler, or maybe it was your older brother Trent actually, did give me a gift that I think I remember two gifts from you guys.
Okay.
I'm a fairly sentimental guy. I'm a fairly sentimental guy.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm supposed to be in quote material.
No,
there.
this is good. Go on.
Okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
So, Kit Kat used to have a slogan.
Take a break, have a Kit Kat?
Yep.
Okay.
And I got a framed Kit Kat behind glass.
Yeah.
Was that you?
It was not me. It must have been Trent.
And
if you're thinking of the right, anyways, think of the right family.
Yep, Kit Kat framed behind glass in case of emergency break glass.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Eventually, I did. I guess
The emergency came.
yeah. Needed a break.
Yeah.
And I also got a massive calculator that still hangs in my classroom because I kept losing my calculator apparently,
Right.
which came from your family.
Interesting.
There you go.
Neither of those were mine, so I wasn't as good at the gift giving, I suppose.
I may or may not have asked Jamie, like, is there anything embarrassing that I should be bringing along?
Oh,
to
this is good.
Oof. Is there something embarrassing?
No, she came up with nothing.
That's good to hear. It's good to hear. Let off the hook
Short
this
memory.
time.
Short
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah. Kids these days.
Here's
am I
my
right?
quote.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, live your life in such a way so that people don't have to lie at your funeral.
Absolutely. That's a banger quote
There
for
it
leaving us
is.
off. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank Calvin for coming on.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, guys.
Leave a like and subscribe if you feel interested. Corey, you got anything?
I don't.
Bye-bye for now.
See ya.
See ya.